Hello and welcome. Today we'll be building an AI chatbot using Chainlit and Langchain. The code will be provided in GitHub, so feel free to use and modify it. This is the application that you're going to see when you run the code. The interface you're seeing is from Chainlit out of the box. Essentially, what we're doing in this video is adding a model that will respond to our prompts. The text box at the bottom here comes with Chainlit, so I can try and chat with the model. I could say, give me the basics of Python. Okay, so it's going to respond with this. As you can see, it's a lengthy answer. The model that I use here is Mistral 8x7B Instruct version 0.1. For coding, I am using PyCharm as my IDE. You can use any IDE you want, it should be fine. In this application, you will need an API token from Hugging Face Hub. So I have it here inside my .env file, just inside my project folder. So you'll need to register an account from inside Hugging Face. And then when you're inside Hugging Face, just click your profile icon here and click Settings, and then click Access Tokens. After that, click New Token, name it anything you want, and then click Generate Token. And then when it's created, you can click Show, copy the token, and then paste it here. For the packages, we have Chainlit. This is the framework that helps us develop the chatbot very quickly. Then we have Langchain. This helps us interact with the LLM. Then we have .env, which contains the function load.env, which helps us load the API token that we set inside the .env file earlier. We will use OS to access our environment variable. Hugging Face endpoint is an API that we can use to run our model from Hugging Face. I should also say that this endpoint has rate limiters, and be careful with timeouts when you are running heavier models. Chat prompt template helps us define our own message format. LLM chain will help us connect our LLM and the template together. Next, we'll create a new instance of chat prompt template called prompt template, and we'll use the factory method from messages, which accepts the representation of the role of the model here, indicated by the system, and also the input of the user, indicated by user. The placeholder question here will be replaced by whatever text is sent from the text box. cl.onChatStart decorates the main method here, which means that this runs as soon as the chat session starts. Model ID will contain the name of our model. LLM will contain the instance of Hugging Face endpoint, which has our repo ID, max length, and temperature, which contains the value of 0 to 1, 1 being the less predictive but creative option. And it also accepts the token, which is used for the Hugging Face API authentication. Next is the instance of the LLM chain, which connects our LLM and the prompt template we defined earlier. Verbose true indicates that debugging is on. User session.set is used here, so we can reference LLM chain with the key of LLM chain, so we don't need to reinitialize it later. cl.onMessage decorates this function, which means that every time we receive a message, this function will trigger. It's in a sync because we need to await for the response of the model. Next, we'll get the LLM chain that we set earlier, and then we await the LLM A call, which contains the user's prompt and the callback. This callback is responsible for waiting for the user's input and sends it to the model. And then we await cl.message, which will contain the content of the response, and it's sent back to the interface. And finally, we will run the application using chainlit run app.py-w. Just type it inside the terminal, and it's going to pop up the application. Then you can chat with it. Basics of PHP. Okay, and that's it. Thank you for watching the video, and be sure to subscribe.